Hey there folks, welcome to the bottom of the ninth unboxing. As you can see here, we have bottom of the ninth as you will probably be receiving it. We have the base game, we have the Big League Support expansion pack, we have the Sentinels of the Ninth expansion pack, we have the Bloodle promo card add-on right here, and we also have the Kickstarter exclusive add-on pack, which has a few cards as well as the awesome pitching meeple. So I wanted to do an unboxing here because this is the advanced copy from Panda. There's only one thing that's different with this that will be in the final, but I'll go over that when I get to that part, just to ensure everything's okay. So without further ado, let's put the expansions off to the side here, as well as the promo cards, and let's open the Piece à la Resistance, bottom of the ninth. So it's got a nice satin finish box, which means that there's not much gloss to it. It kind of gives it that nice rustic feel and look. It's just really nice feel to the box. And so here's the box. We have the long side as well as my favorite bookend side here, and then the box back, which lays out everything, a little explanation, and all that fun stuff. And it is the fourth monkey in the Dice Hate Me line. So yeah, bottom of the ninth. So let's give it open, huh? So let's do this. I'll open this over here so in case you forget what game we're opening here. Here's the rule book. It's awesomely done. And I gotta give huge props here to Jen Clausen for helping put this rule book together. So it's 16 pages of just great baseball rules, as well as we did a glossary and quick reference chart on the back, so you can lay it out and you get a little bit of the feel of the game, while with keywords as well as a phase breakdown for everything. So that's the rule book there. Very, very nice. And then of course the awesome wooden bits. So we have our strikes and out markers here. We have the high-low count tokens right there, as well as the high-low fatigue token, which is right within that. And then this one here is the other two push tokens. Let me just open these up, because I think we've all been talking about how big they are, but look how thick that is. Like, everything that we did with this is just chunky. We wanted to make sure that when it was down, it was easy to pick right back up. Like, no issues, no fumbling to get a grasp. Just pick it straight up and just do what you need to do. So all of those, as well as the super cool running meeple. So he's very cool there. I hope he's in frame. I think he is, but just in case, there you go. Now I know he is. So yeah, there's the size and chunkiness of everything. And so that's the wooden tokens there. This here is the solo cards. So you have a shrink wrap pack of 16 cards that are bridge size, linen finish. And let me crack this open. And people have asked about sleeving these. I believe, I haven't tested this, but I believe Yu-Gi-Oh! Card sleeves will work on these. Sorry, shrink wrap's a pain. There we go. Just gotta get that one good tear, So, but here they are here. So here we have the situation cards. So the solo deck has situation cards here, which you initially do to get the game started. So like, hey, Slump Buster, here's the situation. You have bases loaded. It's the 9th inning. You cannot go into the 10th inning. You have 2 outs though, and you're down by 1. You have to get 2 runs to win this exact inning before you get the final out. And then there's also additional rules, like you have to select 2 random batters. One's in a slump, the other one's not. So, but once you have this all set up, so this card wouldn't be in the solo because you'd use it for this. But the rest of the deck, all of a sudden, it's the pitch markers for everything. So the rest of the cards aren't useless; they're actually used for what the pitcher is going to be throwing. And then we have the effect cards as well, which will pair with these. So like, here's a field effect that is going on at the same time. And just like these, the ones that you're not using actually have a stare down result on the bottom of these. This one's the exception to the rule, as this is the solo player reference card, and also it's got the home opener, which Mike and I recommend you using this for the very first solo game that you play. And all you have to do is just set it up once. It's a really simple setup, and then flip it over, and you have your reference card right there on the back. So that's that, and these look amazing. Really happy with this. So we did like a weathered pinstripe kind of back, and that's the manager's challenge. So you're trying to get your team into the pennant and at the same time saving your managerial career. So that's the solo game. Here's the awesome dice, which was another, pretty much everything here, which is amazing, is a Kickstarter stretch goal. So thank you again, thank you. So we have the batter's die right here, nice red that matches the same red that's within the ink, and then we have the pitch die here, which is the same color ivory, and it has the same color red ink. So we tried to make sure everything was a two-color scheme to kind of give it that nice old style look and feel. So those are the dice. The other cool thing that's in the packs, or in the box, is we actually put all the baseball cards in a pack, in the box. So not only do you get to open the box and get all the amazingness that's in this box, but then you get a pack of baseball cards that is really thick, and you get to open this up. Now, the one thing I want to stress about this is, and this is the thing that's different, these packs right now are paper that I have here in front of you. They will be foiled when you get them, so they'll be like a magic pack or any standard collectible card game pack that you see now where it's a foil pack. It's just the foiling process just takes a touch bit longer, so they wanted to rush these out to make sure that the contents of the packs and the pack design was correct, and they would just proceed with that. And we're totally comfortable with that, and we've done a lot of stuff with Panda, and that's the game manufacturing that we're using, and they have not yet failed us. So, and I don't think that's going to be possible. So, full disclosure, I do work for Panda though, so I am biased there. But anywho, so this is the 20-player game pack that you will get in your box of Bottom of the Ninth, and just a nice simple design here with the logo on the back and the Greater Than Games Dice Hate Me Game logo. And we're going to go ahead and open this up. I'm going to cut across the top here, make sure there's nothing up there, just so I can slide the cards out and then put them right back here in the paper pack, because I just think that's really cool. So we slide these out, and lo and behold, there's your stick of gum inside your baseball card pack. That is also your pitch count. So it's got a dual purpose thing, which is pretty cool. But man, pulling that out of the pack, that's the first time I've done that. That's really cool seeing that like that. Oh, the feels. Let me move my kitchen scissors out of the way. So that's your awesome gum pack. And like I said, it doubles as the pitch count. Then we have our reference card, which the front side has the player checklist, which you will have every single one of these cards, all the Kickstarter backers, especially if you added on Bloodle, which Bloodle is right here. So this has all the cards in the game, and then the pink box here has the promotional cards that are available at the time this went to print. And that's in the pink box. So, and the Pete Bender, Mike Fitz, and the Rain Delay are the three that you will be getting with the Pitcher Meeple. So there's your play reference card, your checklist, as well as the hitting reference card. So every card, everything we included here has a point in the main game. And then here are the cards. Man. So alphabetical, by number and such. Why am I doing this upside down for you? So I'm not quite sure if you can see the gloss that we put on the front, and then the back has a really, really nice matte finish. And the colors on the matte just pop, which is cool, because usually with matte finish, colors tend to dull out a bit. And these, I guess it's just the contrast of the red. But there they are. I mean, here you go, Kiddo Hero. I'm just going to show you a couple of these, because if I did this the whole entire time, it would kind of take forever to get through all these cards. But man, super, super happy with this. And you know, as you saw on my science experiment that I did, the card quality, I mean, it's baseball card stock. You wouldn't be able to rifle shuffle these without probably getting, as if you would with baseball cards, you know, getting some creasing. But I mean, we wanted baseball cards. I mean, that was explicitly what we said. So, And man, these are spot on. They actually have the cardboard ink smell. And there's Chris Kirkman, the publisher, Dice Ate Me Games, rather, and there's Adam, the amazing illustrator that did all the art for this, and of course my cohort in crime, Mike Mullins, who was the co-designer with me on this, and this game would not be done nor nearly as cool if it wasn't for his help. So don't ever let him down talk his role in this, because he's been incredibly vital. And of course, Richard Alanius, who helped with the solo game. So voluntarily, I might add. So yeah, so that's the base game right there. Man, those look so nice. And these will fit in normal standard playing card sleeves if you wanted to sleeve your baseball cards. Obviously, they would also work in top loaders, the hard plastic ones. And in fact, I'd love to see someone playing, just carrying this around, just a bunch of top loaders. Of course, that wouldn't fit back in the box, but man, how cool would that be? I got my rookie Kiddo Hero, man. I can't get him scratched. Nice. So that's the base game right there. And then, of course, I'll move the box bottom here out of the way. We have the amazing game board. Folds open. Oh, that's really pretty. It's also got the same satin finish that the box has, so that you're not going to get much of a glare. The meeples fit on it really well. They pop really nicely. I keep grabbing the white. I don't know why. The fatigue tokens are also got some chunk to them, and as you can see, it's really easy to slide down. And the screen printing on these, I know this isn't going to do it much justice, but the fact that you can read and even see the individual stitches, the screen printing on these tiny tokens is amazing, and it just blows my mind that that was possible. So that's the fatigue token there. Let's go over here. And the back side of the board, are you ready? You can play a night game. I'm just kidding, it's just black. But, oh, it's a night game. So there's that. More stuff over there. So that's all that for the base game. Now I'm going to crack open in order, because this is technically the first expansion. So this is the Big League Support Pack. Open my handy dandy KitchenAid scissors. I know, I'm hoping not to... There's nothing there. Okay. Cut across the top here. There we go. So I'm sorry, yeah. So this is the first expansion pack. We brought the guy back, obviously the bottom of the ninth logo, but we did it up as its own thing, you know. Contains all 12 players, and we kept stressing on everything that it's the full expansion. You know, we wanted to stress that it was the full expansion to the game. You did not need to buy you didn't have to buy multiple packs. Like, this is the entire expansion. So it's there, it's down here, and then we even put it back here on the back. So good fun stuff there. And we open it up, and once again, no, they're out of order. That's okay. There we go. So there's your stick of gum. We included a stick of gum that was a player hit reference with every single pack, just because. We are working on, Mike and I are actually talking about some possible expansions in the future where the stick of gum will be something else on the back. But for right now, we figured let's keep including them just in case, because it is a small piece. So if you wanted multiples, or you know, you could do a couple games side by side if you wanted, or if you're playing a full inning, both players need them. So here's your checklist for the expansion, and you should have every single card that is in this when you open up the pack. If not, contact Greater Than Games, and we'll definitely replace it, no problem. But you will have them. Here is the hitting card, the same that comes in the base game. You know, again, no big deal there. And here's the more cards. And no, you're not seeing things. Rod McNair's is black and white. It's kind of an inside joke, but I think people can figure it out pretty quickly. Okay, the guy that it's based on, Eric's a really good friend of ours, and he's colorblind, and so he actually has like a colorblind name tag that he wears to conventions and such, and he's super cool. And so when we asked him if we could put him in here, we were like, can we make your character grayscale to kind of make a nod to that? And we actually, his team is the Grayscales. So yeah, it's corny, but you know what? I like it. Like these guys, the Fleeples, Matt Riddle and Ben Pinchback, they're actually the same picture. We just separated them off into two things. These guys made Fleet, as well as some, Exit Empires, Floating Empire, or Floating Market, and stuff. The great Rodney Smith from Watch It Played, so he's in here. And like I said, like all these cards, I mean, everything is just, it's just immaculate. Front and back, everything about them looks so good. So good. There is one thing, nope, it's not this one, never mind. And then we have the Angry Dice, which is the logo for Dice Hate Me Games. So we made them mascot. So that's the first mascot. And then we actually have Adam, Christopher, and Paul, who are the owners now with Chris Kirkman of Greater Than Games. So it's actually 4 of these guys at Greater Than Games. But the original Greater Than Games crew right here, we put them on as talent scouts. So that's just a fun little side support card for them. So there you go. There's the your 12-player expansion pack. Actually, sorry, one more Easter egg, and then I'm done. This is Benny Cibolone, and it's actually Ben Rossett who designed Brewcrafters. And fun thing is the panda that's here is the Panda Game Manufacturing logo, and it's because Ben and I both work for Panda, and he actually wanted to do like a nod to Panda. So obviously, I thought that was a great idea. So when we designed it, we put that in. So there is the first expansion right there. So that's the big league support. And now we go over to Sentinels of the Ninth. Cut it open. Oh, did I? No, I didn't. Okay, good. It's this little flap here with the paper. Freaks me out every single time. Alright, so Sentinels of the Ninth. You actually see that we went with a different color. But, you know, we still kept the bottom of the ninth logo very prevalent. It's still an entire full expansion in one pack. You know, on the back still has the same, like a story about what the expansion is. So we wanted it to be clearly different, but at the same time let everyone know that, hey, this is still bottom of the ninth. It's just an expansion for it. So here is yet another stick of gum. So truly, you should never run out of chewing gum because we're giving you plenty. It's going to taste better than the old stuff, I promise. So here's another checklist card and another hitting card. And then here are our players that we have for bottom of the ninth. Guys was fun because, I mean, as you guys saw pictures of, we made it look like Guys actually got to doctor his card before it went to print. So he changed things up. And he is outfield. We made sure that scratch there was really light where he wrote everywhere, but back here it still says outfield. His trait is scratched out and unintelligible for a reason. It's not actually playable, and if it was, it would be a terrible, terrible card. His trait was treat all strikes as corner pitches, and that's just so mean. So yeah, so that was the fun we had with Guys there. Haka, I need to get to here in a second. So we have Legacy, Omnitron, Setback, Tachyon, Tempest, Mr. Chomps, the beloved Mr. Chomps, and Mr. Fixer, who is the team manager, and last but not least, the Argent Adept. Fun thing about Mr. Chomps is everyone's getting the Gen Con promo cards, which I don't have here, unfortunately. But I'll make sure to post image of those for you. Mr. Chomps, Unity is in those promo cards, and she makes sure that Mr. Chomps ends up in the game if he's not. So her ability is actually pulling Mr. Chomps into play, because that's her favorite robot. Now, one thing I need to mention that we didn't get to catch in time, unfortunately, but we have a workaround. And that's with Hockey here in Sentinels of the Ninth. And this isn't a huge deal, but on the front, his position is first base. On the back, his position is catcher. Technically, his position should be first base, but it could be for the status of this, it's going to be either position. So you could choose first base or catcher, and I'm going to make that clear on everything on our website and all that stuff. So he can choose which one. However, if you're doing a bottom of the ninth tournament at a game store or at a convention, his position will be first base, and we'll put an errata out on that to make sure that that is very clear. But other than that, he's totally playable as either catcher or as first base. So yeah, it's a goof, but it's not a bad one. It's not breaking in. It's a misprint, but not really, because he can still play either position. But like I said, by tournament though, he's first base, and so that's Haka's issue. But like I said, not a major one. So doesn't rain on our parade. So there is the base game, first expansion, second expansion, fun cards and gum, and here's Bloodle for everyone that pitched in to get Bloodle. And I can't believe the craze that he caused, but you know, at the same time, I'm very, very humbled by it, and I think it's amazing. So we have Bloodle and his new illustration with this pinstripe jersey. So that's Bloodle there. And then last but not least, we have the promo pack that Kickstarter backers will be getting. And this was a nice, fun surprise when I unveiled last time that not only were you getting Rain Delay and the pitching meeple, but we were including two additional cards with it. And so that's the pitcher right there, and I love the pitcher. I'm gonna put it against my hand here. Whoever's idea was to include that, thank you, because it was great. Great addition. So here's Rain Delay right here, and this is the nod to obviously the delay that Kickstarter had on launching the project, the big kerfluffle that was, and all of that fun stuff. Excuse me. So there's Rain Delay there. And actually, oh, sorry, side quick thing. Bloodle is the first promo card we ever did because he was actually made before the game was made. So he is 1P, as in one promo. And then what we did is, because the Kickstarter thing, so Pete Bender right here. And Pete is actually Paul Bender, one of the owners of Greater Than Games. This is his father, and he's a huge Cubs fan and also a Star Trek fan and such. So he actually sang the national anthem at Wrigley Field. So we want to put him in here and make a nod to the Cubs and his love of baseball and such. And actually, he's got the Vulcan changeup as his pitch, which is the nod to Star Trek. His fun fact is about the national anthem when it was first sang in baseball. So yeah, that's Pete Bender, and he's 2 promo, so he's 2P. 3P is our friend Mike Fitzgerald, or Mike Fitz, as he is also named in his game Baseball Highlights 2045, and which is a great game, by the way. And so I played that with him before it was out, and he played this with me before this was out at the same time at BGG-Con last year. And I fell in love with his game, and he loved this game. I mean, you saw the quote on Kickstarter, and helped us support and gave some feedback and such. So I wanted to thank him by putting him in the game. So he's Mike Fitz as he is. We kind of gave him the same look as he has in 2045, except we gave him a robotic arm as a nod to the cyborg thing. And he is just a batter. Don't be fooled by the arm. It's just there graphically. It doesn't give him any superhuman strength or anything like that. It's just a nod to 2045 and the cyborgs and the humans and the robots within 2045. Great game, by the way. If you haven't checked it out, please do. And he's promo 3/4, and Rain Delay is 4P. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 promos right out of the gate. And then the ones that were at Gen Con that you're also all getting continue the succession. So we have 5, 6, 7. This is bottom of the 9th, guys. This is everything. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be tight fit back in the box, but it all gets back in there unless you use top loaders or sleeves. I can't guarantee they're going to fit with sleeves. Guys, bottom of the 9th, thank you so much. Again, thank you. You can't see my face, but thank you. I figured you'd want to look at this than myself. So once again, advanced copy, bottom of the 9th, and you guys made this possible. Thank you.